Well, g'day everybody. Thanks for tuning in to my regular blogs, and for those who are subscribing, thanks for joining the clan. There's plenty of information with my other clips. If this is your first one, my name's Steve and I'm doing a documentary on urine therapy. I've been making this film for about 4 years now, over a period of time. Sorry about the cat in the backdrop. He can slide on my shoulder. Bit of a distraction. Anyway, in my travels I've got to meet many people that are doing this therapy and curing amazing diseases, but also trying out distilled water therapy, which basically is having the same effect, but there are differences between the two. Now, even though they're both distilled, one through either a man-made distiller or nature, or through a plant, or the one that's distilled through your body. Ideally, the difference between the two is distilled water carries no inorganic matter, no organic anything. It's a neutral and it's pure. So therefore, it acts like a magnet to pull out the gunk that's building up in your body. But the difference between that and urine carries a lot of substances. It has over about 3,000 components of substances. And it works really well and quite effectively. Not 100%. Nothing is in this world 100%. There's no 100% cure or therapy for anything. It's just an equation that doesn't exist. If it did, we'd all be doing it. So it is a trial and error thing. But the beauty of urine therapy, that it contains your own body DNA. It's blood ultrafiltrate. So it's your blood being filtered and purified through the kidneys. But it also carries a whole bunch of substances. Melatonin, vitamins, minerals, T cells. It's anti-spasmodic, it's antibacterial, it's anti-aging, it's anti-cancerous, it's anti-this and anti-that. The list goes on. And it works very rapidly and very effectively on a lot of people. But it isn't 100%. There is nothing in this world that exists that's 100%. No medication is 100%. We are all different beings. But what it does is correct the imbalance within the body. So, pros and cons. Urine therapy. Well, the whole concept sounds disgusting. The thought of it, the flavour and all those sort of things is very off-putting for most people. And what that is your body is probably not healthy. Your diet is not healthy. So the thought of drinking urine is a disgusting process. And it can actually be a disgusting process depending on your diet. So if you actually clean up your diet, your urine becomes cleaner and clearer. It's actually more palatable. And most of the people that I've interviewed said they weren't, as repulsed as what they thought, because it's a mind thing. We have to get over the mind of being able to drink something that we've taught and conditioned that it's a waste product, which it isn't. It's an excess product. It's an excess of all sorts of things. Now, that is probably a downside to urine therapy, but you can overcome those things. Distilled water, well, there is pros and cons. I guess the downside of distilled water is drinking a gallon a day as the magic number. Now, whilst that becomes easier through time, it's a large volume of water. And it's not always easy to do, because you might go to the movies, or you might have, you might be in an area that you haven't got your bottles of distilled water. So you've got to carry, a fair whack of distilled water around. Thus also you go to the toilet a lot. But, not a major problem, and it's something you could work out. Whereas urine, it's on tap. It's there 24/7. It's there for you, and it can work very rapidly too. So the distilled water aspect can take, the magic number, obviously 4 litres, and it depends on the size of how big you are and so forth. Also the length of time. It takes, basically a month to beyond a month before you start to see the effects. And they are a slow processing as you slowly dilute your body and clean it out. Whereas urine can be as rapid as overnight for some people. If not, sometimes it takes just as long. So this all varies on the disease It depends on your health level and what you're doing. The advantage of urine, I guess, over distilled water is if you do have an allergic reaction, you can cure that pretty much straight away because it subsides that pretty much because your urine has antidotes. And that's a normal thing. You know, if you get bit by a snake, what do they inject you in? They inject you with snake venom, which has been modified to do that. So, you know, poisons kill poisons. So a lot of people find the urine therapy very fast and rapid. There are others who find it very long and slow. Distilled water, it can be a slow start. It can be an Acosta thing because you've got to buy the water and you've got to, some people buy a distilled top counter and that can cost a couple of $100 and you know the electricity and so forth, depending where you are, can cost money. So pros and cons with both, but you know, either or, they're a great way to heal yourself. I would probably recommend starting on distilled water, you know, to clean your system first and then try your urine and incorporate that in. You can dilute urine in juices or water and then drink it if you're going that way. But like most people, you know, that I've met, they've been really sick. It's a last choice. They're in desperate stages. They've tried everything. The medical system didn't work for them and this was their last resort and they completely turned their life around. And equally as well with distilled water. So they're your choices. Go for it. Heal yourself. Show miraculous signs and write about it and tell the world about it because this needs to get out and we need to find a better way, a natural way of healing because our bodies are producing a natural form of living. All right, thanks. Until the next vlog. Catch you later.